Please listen to me. It's for your own good. I feel compelled to warn you of the danger that was recently unleashed upon the internet. I don't have much time left as it is. I feel that he draws near. I like to surf the net, as do most people. Sometimes the internet gets boring though, and I find myself having nothing better to do than go on the anonymous webcamming site known as Omegle. I'm sure most of you have heard of it, as it is notorious for having those perverts jerking their junk on camera. Well, I went into Omegle for the first time in forever, and well, I guess they have this new feature where you can get paired up with people that share your interest. In addition, they also let you access Facebook and use your interests on there if you want. I decided to try it, and began my random webcamming spree. The first few people just skipped me, and then there were those many idiots I skipped for jerking off. But then it happened. He showed up on cam. A man dressed black, appeared to be a robe or gown, wearing what looked like a well-detailed, semi-expensive sort of jack-o'-lantern-like or creepy pumpkin mask. I couldn't really tell what the mask was made of though. The man came on camera and was waving at me creepily. I had kind of gotten freaked out, but then laughed and asked if he could take off his mask. The man was silent and just shook his head no. I found that to be a bit unsettling. Time passed and I thought I had caught on. I laughed, asking the man if this was a prank. The man motioned for me to be quiet when I did so. I had typed to the man saying I was going to skip to the next person, then typed again saying, "But this is just too funny." The man then typed back, "I know where you are. For the next 3 days, wherever you go, I will follow you. Whatever you do, I will be watching. I will know where you are, who you're with, what you're doing, and when you're doing it, and all you will ever see of me is this mask. Then after 3 days, I will kill you." As if that wasn't enough, as I finished reading and went to go to the next chat, I noticed that my webcam was mirroring his. He was somehow now broadcasting from my webcam as well. I saw the man point at the screen, as if to point to me with his index finger, and then do a cutthroat motion. At this point, I took this as something more serious, and was now on edge. I screen capped this as evidence for the police. I printed the picture and then headed to the local police station right away. On my way to the station, I noticed in my rear view mirror, the car behind me appeared to have no driver. But I did see the mask the man was wearing through the glass. When I arrived at the station and handed the picture to the police, they assured me they'd be scouting my area for a man with a mask the next few days. This made me feel somewhat safe. I decided with them on stakeout, I'd try continuing my life as normal. The next day, I went shopping at Walmart because I was getting low on food and needed to pick up milk. Something very scary happened at Walmart. As I progressed in getting the groceries I needed, the usual bustle of the store dumbed down, just as, if not more progressively. When I got to checkout, I noticed no one was in the store any longer, and in each checkout lane on the counters was a mask, just like that man wore. I ran out and hurriedly unlocked my car door, just piling my groceries in the passenger seat and sped out of the parking lot. When I got home, I was so freaked. I just grabbed all the groceries I could and ran into the house, then locked all the doors and windows. I needed assurance, so I called the police and asked them if they had noticed him around, and thankfully they hadn't. I decided to call it a night early and went upstairs and got in bed. When I woke that morning, I was frightened to see that hanging on the hook of my closet door in my bedroom was the mask the man wore. I grabbed the mask, rushed downstairs, grabbed my keys and rushed off to the police station. I showed them the mask and they had told me to stay at a friend's for the night while they investigate my house. I called my buddy Brad. He always gave me a place when I needed it, so that night I headed to his place and we stayed up playing video games while I explained my situation. To my shock, he said he had encountered the same man just the day before I did, which would make this his 3rd day. Later that night, when we were asleep, I was awoken to a loud noise coming from Brad's room. Scared, I crept upstairs to check on him. I was horrified at what I saw. Brad lying on his bed in a pool of blood, with that damned mask laying on his chest. Today, it is my third day, and I'm sitting at the police station on Brad's laptop typing this to warn you all. Beware of the pumpkin man. I don't know what will become of me, but if this post gets around and saves as many lives as possible, I'm content. Hey guys, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. You can also leave a comment below. All feedback, good or otherwise, is always appreciated. If you have any creepy stories of your own, or have any topics that you would like me to cover, feel free to send them in via any of my social media. You can find all links to my social media in the description below. Until next time guys, make sure you lock your doors, stay safe, and I'll see you next video.